Man lives in the sunlit world of what he believes to be reality. But there is, unseen by most, an underworld, a place that is just as real, but not as brightly lit. A dark side.
Hi, ladies. I know it's been so long since we've had a conversation, ladies. The reason I'm acting so, what they would call sarcastic is because I've got on y'all before, and it always fell on deaf ears. So, guys, welcome to the Light Show, a page that is specifically made for men to rise up in these dark times of confusion and chaos, and pretty much the destruction of order. You know what I'm saying? The demons are around, they're up, and they are really trying to destroy order and justice on earth, and they're trying to turn it into just chaos and insanity. But I want the ladies to know something before we get started.
Your mouth may yet bring you much trouble, Miss O'Neill. I deliver a message. Shut it.
Now, the reason I'm telling women that is because y'all getting played, man. You ladies is getting played, man. Like, I just want y'all to know, like, yo, let's sound off. You ladies are getting played, man. And I know that you don't want to believe men because supposedly all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. But the sad truth is,
By the time they believe in him, it'll be too late.
why am I saying that? Because, ladies, when did you guys start becoming such whores? That was never, just be good. That was never supposed to be for you. You know, it's all right for you to be a whore for your significant other, just like it's all right for him to be a whore for you. But as far as you spreading yourself so thin and sucking in all of these energies, because women have to remember, you know, you're the one that takes in energy. I mean, nobody else is doing that but you. You're the one with the vagina, and you're the one that has to take in, you know, secretion and all that different stuff. So I just want you to know that. But ladies, you're being pimped. And I want to show you who's pimping you. Because I know everybody's going to be like, oh, yeah, it's men. It's men. It's men are doing it. It's men. It's men. Not necessarily. I want you ladies to realize that you're caught in this shit too. Black and white. If you notice, it's black woman next to a white woman. Why is that? Now remember, when it comes to men being Masons, they always say, you know, they're separated by race. You know, there's the Freemasons, which are white Masons, and then there are black Masons, who are the Prince Hall Masons. Whoop-de-whoop. Why would the ladies not be separate? And why are white men and black men going through this same whore-ass problem? Like we've said about the brothers, not all Masons are bad. So, of course, we can't just be like, oh, all women Masons are bad. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is there's a large amount of abortions going on. There's a large amount of sexual liberation, which is nothing but slavery in reverse. There's no way that women can say they were pressured to have sex and use their body before they had any rights. And then as soon as they get rights, they go back to showing off their body. I don't think that's you. I think that's by design. See, the light show is really here for the soldiers on the battlefield. That's really the whole, I just wanted to clarify something. That's really the whole point of this page. This page is to wake up the angels or the angles. The people that are actually going to do something here. That's what this page is for. I'm not here for entertainment. I'm not here to cash out on you guys. I'm here to let you know you're 34 trillion in debt. Your morality is pretty much out the window. You have no control over your kids or your society. And the people you put in charge of your worldly endeavors are giving your goods to other people, other nations, and not doing anything for you. Now, American women, I know you don't think that far out the box. You're not supposed to. That's why they put all that consumerism around you. But I do want you to know something. If the rock falls and the Constitution no longer stands, all your rights go out the window. And since you have characterized yourself as a snobby, ignorant, you know what I'm saying, self-independent, not about the family, not about the structure, not about the unit, well, that's letting other nations know how to handle you. Do I personally want that? No. Just like I didn't personally want the little 18-year-old rapper his booty played with. And I'm gonna explain something to y'all. I'm not saying sagging your pants and being a gangster was more credible. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you look at hip hop, period, as a collective, it really has only pushed negative. It has only pushed either drug dealing or homosexual supposedly consciousness. But really, we have got nothing but chaos from it. So, since that happened to the men, and now it's slowly happening to you, I want you women of this country to know something. I don't think it's you. If the men Masons are doing wicked, if they're doing devil worship and stuff like that, what do you think the female Masons are doing? Female Masons been around for a while. We talk about Madonna and the all-seeing eye, and we keep trying to give it to the Masons, where it's like, hold up, that's a female. She's not in their lodges. What lodge would she be in? This one. So what lodge would Megan Thee Stallion be in? And Cardi B, and Nicki Minaj, and Sexy Red, and Lotto, and Sweetie, and any other ratchet person you can think of? Where would they be getting this information from? Same thing as Jay-Z. We keep saying Jay-Z's a part of it. He's higher up. Okay. How do you think all these women became ratchet? You don't think. And that's what I want y'all to do. I want y'all to think. You truthfully feel that these women, and aren't they kind of dressed, all formal and you know what I'm saying, they look all nice and stuff. Oh, here goes another one. See that black woman right there? See, I'm showing this for a reason. I'm tired of people acting like this modern horror isn't created. I believe this modern horror is being created. If I'm saying that the system co-inspired destroying people by spell casting ignorance to them, hence the thug, the drug dealer, etc., etc., how could I put the women past it? Isn't Megan Thee Stallion involved in a case where it's coming out that she might have lied on somebody? Isn't it true that Nicki Minaj's brother did molest a child? Is it true that Cardi B used to drug people and steal their stuff? Sounds like to me we've been had. And I just want fellas to know something. All these red pill guys, like, you notice how you see Myron in pictures with another man laying in bed all hugged up? Just want you to know them red pills are punks. Most of them are men that never could get any pussy just off their mouth. You know what I'm saying? They always had to have money and all. They never just got it off the cuff. Never. And they're always talking about wifely duties with hoes. Same thing with these women, trying to ask for manly responsibility from thugs. But it's coming from both sides. People have already said there's more white people on welfare than black people, even though what they're trying to say is there's more white women on welfare than black women. That's basically what you're saying, because there's not many men on welfare. Hardly any. So since we know everybody's woke, it's a woke time. Everybody's woke. Well, then we need to get awake to the facts that there's a reason that these women of today are as ratchet as they are. It's the same reason why men went from suit and ties to robbing and selling drugs. That's the same reason why women of today are aborting their kids and twerking in restaurants. See? They always want to push it as it's a man thing. It's just a man thing. It's just men. It's just men doing it. No. And actually, let's look at something real quick. No. I know you guys got it too. It's a... There it is. All right. No. If I can find a better picture of this, let me see. There we go. All right. You know, can I close up on that? Anyway, I can't zoom on this the way that I want to without leaving the page, and I don't really want to leave this page. Yeah, it won't let me. So this is what I'll tell you. So there's a part on this that talks about the daughters of the rainbow. and then there's another group. There's like 3 different women groups. Let's say it like that. There's 3 different Masonic sets of women. No contract. Always remember, you know what I'm saying? Everybody else talking about Indians not taxed. No contracts. No contracts. Not on any paperwork. The 3 sets of women Masons, to me, are, for one, would have to be a lustful one. I think that's the Daughters of the Rainbow. I think those are the colorful ones, the ones that everybody wants. Then there's another one that's referring to like the madams. You know what I'm saying? The old women that keep these young bitches in check. There's always been madams. You know what I'm saying? In a whole house, before there was a pimp, there was always a madam. So I believe that's the second one. Those you could call gatekeepers. You know what I'm saying? Your Oprah Winfrey bitches. Stuff like that. Your Joy Behars. Gatekeepers. I mean, a large fluctuation of lesbianism is credited to Rosie O'Donnell. I don't think anybody can lie about that. Ellen DeGeneres, another one. Okay. The last one to me is, you know, the one that's kind of just like the fellas, you know what I'm saying? The one that can do the ritual, whether it's, you know, killing somebody or sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what do you think all these baby abortions are? What do you think? These are just abortions? Most of these are not rape cases, guys. That's a sacrifice. Even if people don't want to admit it, if they want to make excuses all they want, that's a sacrifice. If you kill a child that you could have instantly planned B'd the very next day, and you wait months, you wait till your stomach's big, you wait 9 months, you wait till delivery day. And you know they got these tongs and stuff that they pull in, they break the ligaments off, they pulling out arms and legs. That's not a ritual. You getting mad at Aztecs for busting people on hearts out, you know what I'm saying, on the rocks and stuff like that. Y'all talk, that was a sacrifice. That's a ritual. You're telling me Planned Parenthood, which is created from Margaret Thatcher, whatever, a eugenicist who also read Madame Blavatsky, you're telling me that this is not a ritual? Women are purposely dating bad men. They're claiming they like the bad boys, but at the same time will preach to the world that they shouldn't be allowed to be raped. But who only rapes women? The bad boys. That's an odd one. That's odd, don't you think? That's odd, don't you think? I don't see any bad boys running into a burning building to save a woman and her kids. I don't see any bad boys offering the life raft to the women and children. I don't see it. What I do see is them catching you walk through a late night street, drunk, after the club, snatch you up from the back, pull you somewhere, have their way with you. That seems like a bad guy. That's what we call criminals, bad guys. Who do the girls like? Bad boys. So they don't even like bad guys. They don't even like mature bad. No, they want miscellaneous bad, which is true, right? Isn't hanging out all day in the streets with the derelicts, you know, the people who don't have a job, don't own a home, don't have anything, they don't have any property. They just come out here off their mom's welfare, you know, EBT, bread, meat, and jelly. And they cause a ruckus all in the streets. A boy, a misguided, foolish boy, but a boy nevertheless. That's who they like. Those are the babies they're keeping. So, courtesy of a particular set of women, we have girls out here having unprotected sex with criminalistic people and then making these bastard offspring because nobody's married. And they're wondering why crime has not stopped. If anything, it has risen. And they're wondering why women deaths by murder and rape and shit are getting more horrific. They're wondering why. Now, Father had already told you in the beginning, she's the weaker vessel. She's the weaker vessel. Most people just take it as physical. No, she's the easiest to lie to. She's the easiest to manipulate. She's the easiest to double cross. She's the easiest to get to double cross somebody. She's the weaker vessel. She'll always be more gullible than the fully risen man. That's why Christ is a man. That's why, and when I say Christ, I'm not talking about Jesus. I'm talking about every time out of these 16 crucified saviors, every time the energy came back, it came back as the same thing. And it always pronounced to be one with the Father, if so much the Father itself. Every time. It never came back as a woman. Ever. Not saying that women are cursed and wrong. No, in science, women are negative. We're not talking about cursed and the devil. And no, that's allegory. In science, women are the negative. That's what it is. That's why the egg is dead. That's why the egg has no life in it until the moving sperm hits it. That's science, guys. You know what I'm saying? You guys can keep saying it's her kid all you want. No, she's just the soil, bro. It's your moving mechanism that is making life, because people are animated. We move around. Okay, the egg does not move. It gets pushed and then flushed. That's it. It's no disrespect to her. I said scientifically, she is a negative. As far as inspiration to the man, she is nothing but the best. We love her. We love the way she smells. We love the way she knows how to tend to skin and health and mental adventures, as far as, we're going to the park, but she's got it, perfectly set up to this perfect edge, and she's got the colors of the utensils that we're using matching napkins, and she's a very artful piece of contributance to this existence on earth. We will never say that we do not wish great things for her and we do not want great things for her. The masculine energy will never say nothing like that. What we can say is, from the result of not listening to masculine energy and going into these little hidden inner sanctums, just like the foolish man did, we are starting to see a large array of disruption, corruption, and diabolical behavior. And it is not helpful that a man is a fool for a woman, and for the women to not be noble women. That is bad, because she'll just go for the lust of the eye. Never in history have women been have women never in history have women had such a lustful eye as they do today. Women usually were very content. They were very humble with what they had. They didn't need much. Now women want to see everything 7 times. And the thing about her, you're the weaker vessel. You're the weaker vessel in the sense that majority of people that women are going to meet in their one life are just trying to sleep with them. You're only going to meet so many people that genuinely love you. Men meet people that genuinely love them, even though they don't give us anything. But it's like, men have it through athleticism. Men have it through this thing called mochis. You know what I mean? A man can beat a lion. A man can beat a bear. A man will outshow the arena to where people always give him praise. That's why women are jealous of men, because they're like, everybody always bigging them up. But look what man does. Man goes 100 fucking stories in the air just to clean a window. Like, man literally goes into a war knowing he won't make it out, but as long as he has enough fortitude to defeat this monster, he has no problem doing it. Women ain't like that. It's the mochis of a man that makes him respected and loved. It's his heart. You know what I'm saying? He's a very honorable position to be on earth. A man has to be honorable. I didn't say a male. A female and a male are the sex, the species. But a man is a title, just like a woman is a title, just like mother is a title, grandmother, grandfather. People think just having sex gives you these titles. No, you have to earn them. How many people do we know had a fucked up piece of shit mom? How many people do we know had an abusive, fucked up piece of shit dad? It's like, that's the thing. That's the thing. Well, original form of masonry is God. The master mason of all is Christ, because Christ has the books from God's hand. We're not talking about these evil fucking, we're not talking about that. We're talking about simply building. The great counselor, the anointed one, is the master mason. No one can take that from him. And if anything, you can say all these other little sanctums are basically secretly nut riding Christ. That's what they're doing. They're secretly trying to be like Christ. You know what I'm saying? They just are not like Christ. They're into some wicked shit because they're having these different meetings. They're having these Fahrenheit Celsius meetings, the blue lies versus the red lies. They're always arguing. They're combating. So that's when I put two and two together. I'm like, well, this is them doing their duality. This is how they do business. You know what I'm saying? They can't get rid of the murder because they know the murder brings the police. You know what I'm saying? Justice can only prevail when there's crime. And I know y'all like, damn, that's fucked up. But no, just walk with me. You know that we're here. You know that you guys gave up your rights to these people called the Senate, the government. You gave them your rights. You entrusted them to do your worldly affairs all over the earth. Because you're a nation. You guys represent something. Plus, you're a number. And you know you are because you know you're a part of this Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve is the people. You guys are the money. You've always been the money. It doesn't mean that, your Social Security and to the bank. And no. That's throwing you for a loop. What it means is through strength is numbers. And the concept of a nation, the concept of a corporation comes from a nation. And the concept of a nation comes from a village. And that's what people don't get. All of this stuff is basic. It's all basic. That's why the golden rule is what Christ told the anointed one, the great counselor. Treat others as if you want to be treated yourself. You don't want nobody busting in your house. You don't want nobody hitting your children over the head. You don't want nobody taking your crops. So why would you do that to others? It's a very simple, common sense, which is anointed. You know what I mean? That's where it's at. Now, that's us going too far. I told you it's a man page. It's going too far. I want you to look at your characteristics of women nowadays. And I want you to find me a good one. Don't worry, I'll wait. Toni Braxton, Michael Jackson, and Taj P. Henderson. All of them said the same thing about Oprah. The whole squad. I can't even go. I don't even know where to start. That one little girl, she ain't little, she a grown ass woman. The Gretchen, how dare you? Out there lying about, the ecosystem and what's really going on, just making up a bunch of bullshit. Cardi B whining on the internet, then go back to, sleep with her baby daddy husband, whatever. No guidance from nobody. Oh, wait a minute, I forgot. Y'all do got some knowledge, right? Y'all got a bed wench, a bunch of babies out of wedlock, Erykah Badu. I forgot. That's your consciousness. Your wise person is showing you and telling you not to get married, have a bunch of children out of wedlock, and be lusted by a system that she knows is effing over her people. What, Lauryn Hill? Great music. Another person had a bunch of babies out of wedlock. We say we hopeless, we do. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. You guys have good people. They just don't give them any light. Say it like that. Women have plenty of good women out there. You guys just don't give them no shine. Just like us men have plenty of good men out there. Just don't give them no shine. It's a gray cloud. It's a fog that we have allowed them to put over the minds of the people. And it's that women can do no wrong, and it's always the man's fault. But women are in the lodge too. So now what? So now all you spooky motherfuckers that always talk about the Masons and, you know, believe every woman and she can't do wrong. How the fuck is that? I got black and whites. I got black and white pictures. I type shit. Look at all them women. Look at them few black women there. That's the crazy thing. See, and ain't they kind of dressed like pilgrims? Smoke on that shit. Ain't they kind of dressed like some pilgrims? Even the male Masons, they wear black and white too. Ain't they dressed like the pilgrim? That's funny. The Indian feathers was colorful. We was very colorful people. They just got black and white. Like that chessboard. So as you see the sisters in there as well with the white women, not segregated. See, the whole point of the Boule and the Freemasons, the whole reason they did that is to get the Indian. That was the whole point of them doing that. People always got to remember that. That's why they started separate. Because you're not supposed to know you're from here. You're supposed to think you're from somewhere else. So I can't have you guys together. You have to be separate. But now that we're at the end of the line, and you can see we are in the last days, unless you're a fool. It's the last days of morality. It's the last days of true wisdom. You can see everything is falling. We have to look at things a lot different. And we have to stop being so gullible to these Joy Reids, these Tamika Mallory's, these Elon Omar or whatever her name is, all these motherfuckers. You got to start looking at them as what they really are. These are some fucking Masons, some old female Masons. So Jay-Z's a male Mason. He promotes death and destruction. What do you think a female Mason promotes? And then you look at people like Sexy Red and you say something to yourself, nigga, oh, this is programmed. No. She's an agent. Why do you think her friend Sukihana said that shit about magician and musician? That was funny. That was funny. There was only one person on earth that dispelled that. That is, once again, not on contract. There was only one person that exposed that on earth. And then she comes in, or she comes out with it as like a comedic gesture. Everybody's making fun of her. They think she's slow. And I'm like, not necessarily. Maybe she knows exactly what she was talking about. Maybe that's why the white woman was in white and her black ass was in black. Fellas, stop letting these demons break your heart. Start going to the gym. Start meditating. I need the fellas to start getting in front of that lake water, that ocean water. On a nice warm day, and you ain't going out there freezing. I need you to breathe. I need you to breathe in the oxygen. I need you to meet God again. Because that's how you found it. It was going through the mystery of the elements. Always remember, guys, you are going to run into people that are going to feel that they are God on earth, when in truth, they are attributes collected of this energy we're calling God. See, when you get into the Kabbalism, you're going to get into Gabada. I think that's how you say it. I don't know, but it's earth, wind, fire, and water. But when you think of this great vessel that this high, mighty energy, the ultimate thought, created, you have to think about these four elements, because, see, you're made of earth. Your body, your bone marrow. You know what I mean? This is carbonated. This is how they track it. Okay. Everything is matter. Everything that's matter is carbonated. All right. So that is your flesh, the earth. When it comes to this water, only a fool would not know that you are full of water. You're 70% water. Your eyes carry water. You know what I mean? The blood in you has water in it. You know that you're 70% water. You know that science. When it comes to electricity, I keep telling people, well, what do you think neuroshock is? What do you think neurology is? Why do you think you have a nervous system? What do you think these shocks are? How do you think your heart's moving? When you want to start your engine, doesn't it need a starter? Doesn't it need a shock? Okay? All right. Who would that leave last? Fire, right? Now, most people are like, I ain't got no damn fire. It'll fucking burn up my head. No. You do have fire. I keep telling people it's this acid in your stomach. The acid in your stomach is so powerful that if it was taken out, and it could literally burn a house down. That's how strong that stuff is. Well, that's you. That is this, we are all gods. That is what it's trying to tell you. But, like I told you, those are the elements. Most people take it out of the elements and they talk about themselves. They talk about their fleshly self that's going to rot. You know what I mean? They think in them. They're the ultimate design. It's like, no. You're temporary, my friend. Temporary. Well, since our counterparts are very lustful for vanity, it's a very easy way we can see how they played the world into worrying about themselves and not the world. Hence why you got a bunch of homosexual boys trying to be cute when the world is not cute. You know what I'm saying? That's why you're the protector. You're the strong one. You're the provisionary. You're the leader. You're the champion. You're the warrior. You're the father. You got men trying to wear makeup, not realizing when somebody breaks in that house, it is you, my brother. It is you that is up to the plate, my brother. Yo, I need everybody to understand this. If you are a male being, when someone breaks in that house, it is up to you, my brother. When someone is trying to hurt the village, it is up to you, my brother. It will never be on her. It will always be on you. That is an element they're trying to take us out of. That's why they have us with these red pills and trying to hate women and stuff, because they kind of want us to stop protecting her so she can fully be destroyed. And then, our whole nation is destroyed. Remember, once they get the woman, it's over. Because the woman's close to the kids. So she can vilify them. And then they'll kill the father. As you see that going on, a lot of rules and structure is being broken. Very shameful. You're talking about another topic, which is that there's a black man ruling everything. I understand that, and that's a black European boule more conversation that we'll have another time. Trust me, I already know where you're going with that, fellas. It ain't just us. It ain't just Mr. Charlie. which we already knew that. We already knew about the Prince Hall. We already know about the Boule. We understand that. There's a show called, is it Risky? Something like that. Something Risky. Hold on, let me see. I want y'all to know this. Everybody needs to know this. There is a show on the internet called This Might Be Risky. There you go. And shout out to DJ Hamp. All of them are Masons. All of them. They're all college people. And when you listen to their conversations, it is like being put in a spell, because it's like they're searching for answers that are common sense. You should know them. So I'm saying that to say this. The whole show has one dude on it who is basically the moderator for all these women. So I'm saying that to say, if you listen to these women, you can clearly tell they're involved. Just the thought process, their arguments. When men try to, bring true knowledge to the table, they're like, oh, well, let's just, instead of blaming each other, let's just, find out the answers. Let's do the solutions. And it's like, well, what if the solution is listening to the guy who has to fight in the war? What if the solution is listening to the guy who has to protect you against the bear? What if the answer, the solution is the person who has to find shelter for you because you're pregnant and the elements are coming? No. Now, does that mean every man is qualified to be listened to? Of course not. But for some weird reason, when we leave women to their own, advice, they always have this bad guy in mind. And I keep trying to tell women, you don't realize the only reason you could flirt with bad guys and just break up, it goes, even if you get beat up or, you're used for your money, you see how it can eventually go away. Why? Oh, the law, police, which are supposed to be who? Good guys. Only a good guy is going to bring justice, to a victim and lock up the criminal and stuff. That's only a good guy. Bad guys tell you all the time, don't snitch. Stop snitching. Fucking use a rat, use a punk. You should have shot him. It's like they never try to talk out their problems. They never say, well, maybe we can, meet in the middle and try to mediate to be. No. Kill that nigga. Shoot that motherfucker. Okay, well. That's what these women are leading you to. Because if these women are under the Jay-Z's, like look at Beyonce. Beyonce has became a fucking mute. All she can do is perform on stage. You can't see her talk. She don't never have, like, where's the Beyonce garden? I thought she's supposed to be like America's sweetheart or something. Like her and Taylor Swift. Where's the Taylor Swift garden? Why instead of doing good things, Taylor Swift's kicking it with Ice Spice, who's wearing a cross, throwing up devil horns? Why is that? Why are they saying that the Super Bowl is rigged, and then at the same time they're saying Taylor Swift won the Super Bowl? What does that mean? What does that mean? Ladies, I just want you to know you're not clean. You're just as dirty as the men. And your side is being shown nowadays through the real ratchet triflingness. We seen a little 5-year-old girl talking about let that coochie breathe, shake that asshole, hands on your knees. And it's like, damn, bro, it's a little 3-year-old, 4-year-old girl talking about let that coochie breathe for real. And y'all see no problem with this. The women, the ones who are supposed to be the nurturers on earth, you don't see no problem with this. Are you serious? Oh, when
women better at? Well, that doesn't go nothing.
I can't think of anything because they would tell me nurturing. That's always what I would hear. And so then I started looking at stats. You know, if we're so nurturing, why do our kids turn out to be terrible? You know, they turn out to be school shooters, criminals when we raise kids by ourselves. Or when dads raise kids by themselves, the kids turn out fine, like almost the same.
What are women better at? Well, that doesn't go nothing.
I can't think of anything because they would tell me nurturing. That's always what I would hear. And so then I started looking at stats. You know, if we're so nurturing, why do our kids turn out to be terrible? You know, they turn out to be school shooters, criminals when we raise kids by ourselves. Or when dads raise kids by themselves, the kids turn out fine, like almost the same.
What are women better?
Are we dogging out women? No. But did women create the lodge? No. So what happens when you put manly duties in the hands of a woman? They do good, but only for so long. So since I don't see any noble women around, and it's not even just from the streets, it's all the way to politics. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that there's not good women in politics. That's not what I mean. But when the sisterhood is in so much control of itself, and nobody really has control of it but them, and we see that it's getting worse. It's like the more laws and freedoms women got, the worse they became. I'm not blaming them. I'm not blaming the dumb, deaf, and blind women. Because see, women keep fucking up. They keep thinking like it's just men. No, it's you too. The 85% exists within your sex as well. Now, since you always wanted to blame it on men, it's a man's world. No. They have specialized groups for you guys. Yes. I believe they have a homosexual faction too. I think that's the one they keep the most hid. And they just try to play it off like all of them are. No, there has to be a faction. I believe there's a faction specialized in the homosexual stuff, just like I believe there's a faction specialized in the kiddie play. You gotta have so many degrees for a reason. They be like, oh nah, but they stuck at the 33, they go higher than that. It's like, you guys think you're slick. No. I said they have to have so many degrees for a reason. What more secrecies would you be learning? And then what side of the board are you on? I keep telling people that it's like white doesn't represent white people. White people were created in 1600s. The black side doesn't represent black people. Black people were created in the late 1800s. These represent energies, negative and positive, light and dark. So what side of the board are you on? Like I keep telling people, the righteousness we're not seeing with women. We haven't even had a new motherfucking Teresa, even though she was a sick bitch too. And that's another thing. See, you guys keep talking about women like they're such saints. Mother Teresa was a piece of shit. You know how many people died from that bitch? That bitch starved motherfuckers like she was a fucking evil motherfucker. It's a woman. Madam St. Clair ran the gangsters in Harlem. She runs Bumpy Johnson. She's running him. But nah, women were battered and bruised. They never had any knowledge at all. They were always under. Sure. This is not new, but it's new to most. Women are involved in the craft system too. And here's another thing, fellas. We really like yo. Yo, Don DeMarco. I've been wanting to talk about this. Yo, when it comes to these witch burnings, right? Because motherfuckers be like, oh, they used to just kill women. They were burning by the stake. They thought they were witches. It's like, well, wait a minute. Witches perform witchcraft. Are men getting fed up with the hoe? Are men getting fed up with the mutant, aka the person who has a bunch of plastic on their body or a bunch of makeup on their face, a bunch of fake eyelashes, fake hair, fake nails? Yeah, we're getting tired of the mutant too. Okay, when did this person start to show itself? The more freedoms women got. Like, women weren't weird like this back in the day. Like, that's another thing that people got to get. In the 40s, 30s, 20s, just like that, women weren't weird like they are now. They weren't, because you had Madam C.J. Walker. She's a millionaire. So women were about business. You know what I'm saying? The Indian sisters selling robes and beads is like, women were about business. They weren't about selling a pussy to, like, no. And they didn't have to show their pussy to notify that it was some good pussy. It's like, actually, the more clothes they had on, the better you knew the pussy was. That's a great thing. It's like back in the day, you know that pussy good. She don't even show nothing. You barely see an ankle on that motherfucker. Miss Johnson. It's like, it was way different. The energy was different. It's like, the more class you had, the more pure you knew it was. Now it's like, the more ratchet it is, the more people want it. And it's like, well, doesn't that indicate that everybody didn't have it? They be like, oh, they don't sleep around like that. So wait a minute, you're a poser? You're a fake? Oh, yeah, you damn sure running that life by yourself, because men don't credit that at all. That's one thing men will never credit, is being fake. What do we always say? Keep it real. Be honest. Tell the truth. That's how men work. Men don't want to. Like, think about it. If I'm carrying this bomb, and I don't know how to properly, like, you can't run with it. Say it's like it's a timer or something, or it's like a weight differential. It has liquid in it. It's like, you can't really move fast with it. Okay, a man's gonna want to know that, motherfucker. It ain't just like a woman. Yeah, a bomb is a bomb. I'm gonna give it. Whoa! I mean, it's like, men don't mind protocol. Men don't mind the manual. Men don't mind the manuscript. We don't mind, as long as it's going to guide me in the right way. We've never been that way. The whole, the man don't look at the map. That is fucking bullshit. I don't know what male you're talking to. You know, man want to go out somewhere and don't know what the fuck he doing. Men don't even rock like that. Like, motherfucker won't even show up. Real shit. Men will not attend. He will not show up. Nigga, I don't know what the fuck the itinerary. Hell, no, I ain't going. Motherfucker trying to get me killed. Stupid shit. That's how a real man work. Only a dummy. I don't give a fuck. You know? Chess. Game of strategy. Okay. Men created it. You know what I'm saying? So we're always, a man's always supposed to be seeing things 10 steps ahead. He's never supposed to just look at the broad picture. No, he's always supposed to look 10 steps ahead, because it's just, I don't know, it's the structure of a man. By women being separated from the men and being around these feminists, aka these female Masons, we see the result of the bastardization of the communities. We've seen the death of the children. We've seen the woman become a drug dealing, crotch scratching fucking moron, and nobody ever respected that. And she's letting that be done by the wicked female Masons that are telling them to go to the wicked male Masons who don't give a fuck about humanity or morality at all. Hence why they keep corruption going. But I just want people to know she's not innocent. She's not some just cute little damsel in distress. No, this knucklehead is involved. So much so that they all there. It ain't just, like I said, it's not. With men, you have the Freemasons, and then you have the Prince Hall. So they separate. But why ain't the women separate? Why is there 3 black women in this picture? with all these white women, and there's an Asian down there too. Hold up. So think about it. You got all these pale faces, and actually there's 4 black women. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, like I said, you got the Asian down here. Then you gotta think about all these pale faced women that you're looking at. Who's to say that they motherfucking Anglo-Saxons? How do you know they not from fucking Sweden? How you know they got some Russians in there? Some fucking Czechoslovakians, some fucking New Zealand motherfuckers. How you know ain't no Spanish motherfuckers? You know a gang of them Latinos be looking pale face like a motherfucker. So it's like, how do you know who's in that crowd? You know what I mean? Look, woman getting blindfolded and shit. Got the motherfucking the noose around her neck. Y'all just claiming it's just dudes. It's like, no. Who did one right here? All them 3, they kicking it. Even though I think the black girls from that other picture, but look at that, they enjoying themselves. All right. Where is that? It's like, what you gonna tell me? So the men separate, but the women ain't. Because that's a dark-skinned black woman next to a white woman. But I thought the Freemasons and Prince Hall, I thought they separate. Who said that? I told y'all they only did that back in the day because the Indians are supposed to be a Negro or a African, and all this bullshit they have to do to make you a citizen in this corporation. Because remember, you was always free. That's the weirdest shit. They had to swindle you into joining the corporation. You talking about, oh, you know, we had to go to the government because we was getting killed. Get the fuck out of here. Nigga, they ain't stopped making guns when they made that white boy gun. You full of shit. They had to kill us all. Fuck out of here. The government would have had to intervene. They'd been like, well, wait a minute. You coming on these people's land, you fucking with their shit, they shot you in the face. What the fuck? Like, what am I supposed to say? We know it's their land. We know it's their shit. We should have just rolled. Like in that song I got called Lace Your Pockets, you know what I'm saying? When they brought the drugs, we could have just said no and rolled, nigga. We didn't have to fucking indulge in that shit. That's why I said we didn't have to indulge, nigga. We could have just said no and rolled, nigga. Fuck these niggas. Nah, everybody's sucking for, you know, whatever stupid shit they throwing at us, but today's a new day. Today's a new day, motherfucker. It's a whole new time. We should have to go through they fucking back doors when we have front palaces. It's like, this doesn't make any sense. That's why all this information is here. You notice none of these Masons, these TV reporters, all these motherfuckers, they ain't talking about Reconstruction. They ain't talking about the Indian is the Negro, which is the truth. It's like they're not telling nothing. Why? Because they phony. Once we found out in the military song that they went from the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, we already know. They start whitewashing shit just like they did in Egypt, just like they did in the Byzantine Empire, all that shit, bro. You think this shit is new? You think getting your woman is something new? Everybody remember Rosewood, the white boy that had the store. What was he doing? Banging that black girl? Banging her out. Ain't no slavery going on. He can't force her to do that. She choosing to do that. All right. So when y'all hear these stories from these women and these boule niggas about all this rape that went down and all this different stuff, and then you see pictures like this today, you have to ask yourself something. How bad was the rape? Couldn't have been that bad. You ain't got no problem putting on a facial products. You ain't got no problem modeling for their clothes. You ain't got no problem hanging out with them, you know what I'm saying, being best buddies. So it couldn't have been that bad, player. Only certain men they call coons and toms and stuff like that. They don't call all of them that. But why isn't Nicki Minaj a coon? Nobody says that, but she is. Like, why don't y'all view the Bojangles for what they is? Because they Masons. They created this whole spellcasting illusion game that y'all call entertainment, and you sucked into it. You contained innerly by what they're doing to you. You guys really believe this shit, even though the whole thing is coming out. Like all the information is being exposed. Then at the same time, this country's on flatline. Nobody's listening. Everybody thinking just, oh well, I can still buy food at the store. You ain't noticed it got more expensive. You're not noticing that things are changing around you fast. And the sad thing is, you got all this damn technology. It ain't just the fellas. So next time you see these entertainers and shit, and you just want to give it to, oh, it's just the Illuminati, and this is what they do. No, I want you to know that there's, factors of this shit. There's different fractions of shit. They split this shit up, and they coming at us from all angles. So, the game has been exposed. Like I said, this is a predominantly male channel, but I just want you women to know you are being thrown for a loop. And it's not of your own recognition. It's just you caught in the game too. So wisen up and listen to your brothers that's out here against all this shit in the TV, because you're going to eventually notice they've been playing you. And they're really destroying your record on earth and making you this piece of trash that you never were. You were always the phoenix. You were always this ma'at. Rise up again. Goes.